It's Sunday night, and we're back to our subject on the spirits in prison. And I'm trying to explain something that's very extensive in this study. I'm going to be showing you tonight, there's a verse in the 4th chapter of 1 Peter that has been taken and misconstrued along with some other verses to verify it by something called preterism. Preterism. P-R-E-T-E-R-I-S-M. Preterism is a word that comes from preterit. P-R-E-T-E-R-I-T. And a preterite verb is a past tense verb in the Hebrew. And this verse in 1 Peter 4 and verse 7. 1 Peter 4 and verse 7 has been misapplied by the preterist people trying to prove preterism. It has nothing to do with preterism because I don't even believe in preterism. Preterism is a false doctrine. What preterism says, according to these people, that Jesus made his appearance that was spoken of over there in Matthew. I'm just going to try to explain this tonight like I was talking to you over at the house. Over in Matthew, the 24th chapter, if I kind of just hop from one place to the other, I'm going to show you these things. Over in Matthew 24, where the apostles come to Jesus and say, "When will these things be? And what will be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" Now the preterists have taken the word world, which is the word A-I-O-N. They've taken this word A-I-O-N, and they're saying that this means an age would be like our age, just at the end of our age would be 35 or 40 years from now. Well, and they try to say it just means an age. Well, now, I've got all kinds of books on definition. The word is ion. There's two words that have been translated world in the Bible. One is the word cosmos in the New Testament. And the other is A-I-O-N. And that word ion can mean many things. It can mean age. It is also the phrase world without end. And it's used to translate the word world or age. And most of your scholars will say, the true scholars are not these preterists. What will be the sign of thy coming? And the preterist says, they're talking about what will be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the age that we're living in. Now, what is the whole purpose? Here's the thing. When the apostles ask this, the preterist says, well, they're just simply asking about the end of their age. No, they're asking Jesus, when are you coming back? You've given us a discourse saying you're leaving. And here's what we want to know. When are you coming back to live with us forever? Well, they're saying he's talking only about the age that they're living in. Therefore, they're saying that he has to come back sometime, and they've come up with this idea that in 70 A.D., they've come up with this idea, and there's some great so-called scholarly men that believe this. R.C. Sproul believes it. He says he's a partial preterist. He believes in it partially. I don't know how you can believe in it partially. He believes it's spiritual, or that Jesus came back and fulfilled all things. And they're saying that the fulfillment of chapter 24 has to do with the age they're living in. But let me just point out something in the middle of this chapter. He says, the time will come when they'll seek to kill you, when you see the abomination of desolation. They're saying the abomination of desolation took place in his time period. I deny that. That would take me all night to get to that. The abomination that makes desolate is going to be in us. It's not going to be in a literal temple. Now, they're saying that what happened, the preterists say that what happened, let me finish what I was going to say. He says in verse 20, but pray that your flight be not in winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for then shall be great tribulation. Now let me watch this. When your flight is, he's talking about the end of the age, or the end of the world. He's not just talking about the age they're living in, he's talking about the end of the world. But then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, no, nor ever shall be. Now, do you think the greatest tribulation that ever happened in the entire history of the world would take place during the generation of Jesus? No. That's not even close. When we get down to the end of time, there's going to be a great tribulation where the church is attacked during the 70th week of Daniel's 70 weeks, the last 3.5 years. This cannot possibly mean this. And then Jesus goes through here and tells you all of these things that's going to happen. Many will come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and will deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for these things must come to pass. And the end is not yet. And he says, nation rises against nation. They'll deliver you to be afflicted. Well, this has happened to the church all through the ages. But the time will come that there'll be a great tribulation such as was never since the beginning of the world. And then shall many be offended and betray one another. And he goes on down and says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Love is the word agape. And it means walking in the commandments of God will wax cold. It'll get to where that the believers cease to walk in the commandments of God. Wax cold, suko, P-S-U-C-H-O. P-S-U-C-H-O means for a breath to very gradually get colder or to become chilled. It means to die. The love of many will die, and then you'll see. And then he says, this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached into all the world. So they say, boy, everybody's got this mixed up too. They say that's at the end of time. Well, Acts 2, there were men from every nation under heaven, and they went back to their various nations, the various kingdoms where they were born. These were Jews from every nation. So the gospel is preached to every nation when these Jews in Acts 2 go back to their various nations.